Hi everyone, this is Killshot from 99 Gaming. This is The Walking Dead Season 9, final episode, complete spoiler extra. If you didn't get it in the title, I do have to warn you, this is a spoiler episode, so turn away right now. We are going to be talking about it. We're going to go through the complete episode. We're also going to add a few extra tidbits that were provided by our friends over at Spoiling Dad's fan page. That would be Ninja Pancake and the Shiny Firefly. So I want to give props out to them. Just to let you guys know, we're not a spoiler site per se. We're a Walking Dead forum. We're a community. We hang out, but we do add spoilers a couple times per week. We love the predictions, but if you guys are just tuning in for the first time and it's like, hey, what's going on here? I'm just here for the spoilers. There's so much more in this channel besides that. We do reaction videos. We're going to do a countdown at 8 o'clock. We're just going to hang out, talk about what we do on the day of The Walking Dead or before the show, and then the reaction video is going to be complete and utter madness. And Pete D just put me to shame. Look at that. He said, I match kills 5 and raise you another 5. Thank you so much for that, Pete D. Happy Walking Dead Day, everybody. Appreciate it. We've had a lot of fun with the memberships, the Patreons. You guys see, I'm leaving the Patreon army up on the screen. We just had 2 new Patreons a little bit ago. Rachel Army Brat and also My You Funnies. Thank you so much. And Beatrice just became member number 56. So we're going to get there. I don't know if we're going to get 50 or to 60 members by the reaction video. It might be a little close, but sometime within the next week, we're definitely going to get there. And I want to say thank you to each and every one of you. Just unbelievable support and growth of this channel. We are making some things happen. And why would we not be? Because we've got an awesome, awesome group of people that show up every single day and hang out and discuss. So once again, let's go through a few of the spoilers and let you guys know a little bit of what's going on. And then I'm going to kind of add the other stuff. So as I said before, these are not my spoilers. These are our friends over at Spoiling Dad's fan page. So the way the episode is going to start out is the group is dealing with the blizzard. So we know it's all about the snow and the ice and all the elements they're going to have to deal with. And the kingdom has finally fallen. Ezekiel had to make the tough choice of shutting down the kingdom. Kingdom is closed for business. And they're going to relocate to the hilltop. Some people are calling it the killtop. I didn't have any say in that. Who knows what's going to happen when we get there. But we know it's going to be a little bit of a journey. So they go on record as saying there is a time jump. Looks like there's a few months that have passed because, how do they know it? Because Rosita is a little bit more pregnant. So in the last scene with the border scene, there was a couple snowflakes. So I think that confused a few people because they're like, hey, the big snow is coming. But it looks like those were just some flurries. And then there might have been a couple snows between that time and this time. So it wasn't a direct, they moved right into the blizzard. It just kind of happened after a little bit of time. So not much action occurs on the road, but there are some deep conversations because they're walking for miles. I do like this. I'm very much looking forward to the dialogue and getting to know the characters because it is going to show a lot of it's going to fill in a lot of blanks and kind of lead up to the whole Carol Ezekiel, because I think at first people, they're questioning this relationship between Carol and Ezekiel and how could it kind of go south. This has not happened just because of the event. It's happened, you got to figure there's days they haven't talked to each other. They probably didn't eat dinner together. He's sleeping on the couch. There's all these things that have been going on in the background that have led up to this move and this blame game. Grimes on the radio. Love it. Love it. From Beta to Grimes on the radio. Changed my name. The problem is, Grimes on the radio, we're hearing it might be a female voice on the radio. That's a little bit of spoiler extra. I love the name. It should be Grimes on the radio, but I don't want to disappoint everybody. It is now being rumored it is not a male voice. It's a female voice. Now, could be Jadis. Could be someone else. Could be you're getting called a sellout. I love it. I love it. He's going to change the game. Hey, you know what? Here's my challenge. If it's Jadis on the radio, should we hold Grimes on the radio to changing his name to Jadis on the radio? Just want to know. All right, we'll get some feedback and some insight with that. So as we said, they do cross a frozen river and they encounter some creepy wintry walkers in the snow. We don't know if anyone dies. So that's kind of a big... I don't know if you could have a great Walking Dead episode with Winter Walkers without at least one person dying, even if it's a minor character. But I think it feels like it'd be a waste to me. So hold tight. That's not in the spoiler information. But we know not everything's always included in spoiler information. Tom Ferreira says, it's the next best things. Well said. All right. They do hesitate to cross into Alpha's territory, but they have no choice. They have to do it because you would get that speech like, if we don't find shelter soon, we're all going to die. And I'd be like, if we cross into Alpha's territory, we're probably all going to die too. Although it doesn't appear that there's any imminent danger with that just yet. Let's see. The Kingdom group does make it to Hilltop. Sad news, everybody. If you didn't already know this from the spoilers, it's the first time hearing it. Carol dumps Ezekiel. It's over. There's no more Ezekiel. Relationship is ended, terminated. That's going to be a sore topic tonight, and I'm expecting a lot of passion around the reaction video with how this goes down. So I certainly want to watch all the details and all the actions and all the behaviors and see if there's some more behind-the-scenes stuff that maybe we catch on. So pay close attention to that tonight. Tom Ferreira says, either you die or you die. The bug has spoken, everybody. That's a good point. One way or another, there's some death that could be coming right around the corner. So we've got a couple other things. Oh, one thing that happens before they get to... Oh, minor detail, sorry. Before they get to Hilltop, Lydia does ask Carol to kill her. Like, hey, it's my fault. Can you just kill me? And Carol refuses. So it does strengthen the bond between Carol and Lydia. There's a little. I'm going to talk about Alexandria in a little bit, but there is some simultaneous things going on at Alexandria. That's where we get the Negan speech. So we get Negan, Eugene, Father G, Sadiq, Judy. They're all in the cabin, so there's going to be some things that happen with that. But let's go back to the big breakup. All right, the Ezekiel does not want the ring back. Carol's like, it's over. Take your ring. He's like, no, I don't want the ring. I'm always going to love you. You'll always be my queen. And Carol says she knows that Ezekiel blames Daryl for Henry's death, but he fears that the only reason Ezekiel blames Daryl is because he won't blame her. And then Carol decides to join Lydia and Daryl back at Alexandria. That's a big, big move on the show. And we know that Norman Reedus kind of teased that a little bit and said, people that you think are one way or the other way. So I'm very, very much looking forward to that chat over the next couple of days. Chip Smith, possible Negan redemption on tonight's episode. Absolutely, Chip. It is signed, sealed, delivered. It is back in full effect. Not only will each and every one of you in this stream forgive Negan, but Michonne will also forgive Negan because there's some major, major things that are about to go down. The dog gets loose. Judith runs out trying to save dog. She gets almost frozen. She's suffering from hypothermia. Negan goes out and rescues Judith and rescues dog. Not only to save the girl, he saves the dog as well. Wraps his leather coat. Actually, in the picture, he's not wearing a leather coat, so maybe I'm wrong about that. Could be, looks like he's wearing some brown suede there. Wraps his coat around her, brings her back, rescues her, and there's a little bit of spoiler information that's going to be out with that too, so I'll get to that toward the end of the video. Creepy scene. It's going to be much, much talked about over the next couple of days. We do get to see Alpha and Beta. Apparently, Alpha and Beta don't punish the people or even know that they're crossing. But there is something that goes down. Tom, the Bug Ferreira, says you can't blame Judith for wanting to save dog. I don't. Absolutely. Judith is just like this kind heart, and she's kind of the star of the show right now. Judith can really, even when she does something wrong, it ain't like Henry wrong. Henry let people out of cages. Henry let Gregory out of cages and get surrounded by walkers. Judith goes out to try to save a dog and gets frozen. Big, big difference there. Sorry, Henry. I know you're gone. I'm still talking about you. But I love me some Judith. Incredible. But once again, if this was not Judith Grimes, this would probably be the second time somebody has pointed out, wait a minute, didn't Judith just run out and get surrounded by walkers and Michonne had to save her? Yes. Didn't Judith just run out and try to save a dog and Negan had to save her? Yes. Her behavior is getting a little bit reckless, but her intentions are the right intentions. And I think between the three of them, it is going to be very, very heartwarming. And we need some warmth on a cold episode. So back to the creepy, creepy stuff. Let's see what Tom Bug Ferreira thinks about this. The storm passes, so it's after everything major goes down. And Alpha says she must become stronger. Beta, I must become stronger in case we run into conflict. Beat me with a branch is what she's going to say. Beta will beat her with one of those switches she used to beat Bug with. I mean, that's her way of toughening up. She feels she's getting weak, gives him a branch, he beats her with it. Whew. Crazy, crazy woman. I won't say that I hadn't ran into a few of those in my lifetime, but this is The Walking Dead. Ezekiel has been on the radio. Here we go. Let's wind it down. Ezekiel has been using the radio to talk to people in other communities. He's talking to Judith at the end. Before he leaves the room, we hear a voice coming over the radio. We aren't sure who it is. It's difficult to hear. But the voice says something along the lines of, hello? Is anyone there? But nobody is in the room to hear it. Now, when that came out as an initial spoiler, the internet went completely wild. Everybody was absolutely going mad and saying, Rick's on the radio. Beta the Chosen one of our subs, changed his name to Rick Grimes on the radio. Oh, it was a little too fast. Because we're getting word. It's tough to hear, but it's a female. Now, I guess you could say could be Jadis, could be somebody from Commonwealth, could be somebody from Morgan's group. But if it is Jadis, I want him to change his name to Jadis on the radio. All right, so this is a few extra tidbits that Ninja Pancake did release a couple days ago, but we didn't get an initial spoiler video. So she says we have a few more tidbits to share, and one of them we talked about in the previous video. It's going to be a lot of fun. There is a snowball fight in Alexandria. We kind of made light of the situation because, well, there's a crazy woman that beheads people that likes to be beat with switches out there somewhere, but yet the group does have to have a little bit of fun. And it appears the snowball fight could involve Michonne, Judith, RJ, Daryl, Carol, Lydia, Aaron, Rosita, and they said it's a very quick scene, but it's very cute. And yet they smile. But, yeah. I don't know how I feel about a snowball fight that involves Daryl and Carol and Lydia that doesn't involve Ezekiel. You know, one group's out in the snow having fun, and Ezekiel's heart is absolutely breaking. What do you guys feel about that? Do you guys not feel a little bit heartbreak for the king? Fake it till you make it, and yet I smile. He might not be smiling. A little bit more about the radio call. Here it is, everybody. Judith apparently is chatting over the radio. They have a pep talk about the future. And then Judith must sign off because she got homework. Ezekiel leaves the room, and the voice comes over the radio. No one's there to hear it. And then it was later kind of mentioned it could be a female. And Ezekiel and Daryl are not done. Check this out. Ezekiel and Daryl apparently do have a sidebar while they're walking on the road. This is where we're going to find out a little bit more. And see, so some people are saying poor king, but hold on. It might be too early to even say that because Ezekiel asked Daryl about his future plans. Oh, brave and noble Daryl, What shall you do once we finish our lonely trek toward the hilltop? And Daryl's like, I don't know. I ain't thought that far. I'm going to kill some bitch. But that's not where it ends. He doesn't say that. He goes on to say, though, Ezekiel says, I was hoping you would not be part of the conversation because I wanted a fresh start with my queen. Ezekiel basically tells Daryl, it'd be better if you aren't around because me and Carol need to work some things over. So that might change your opinion just a little bit. First of all, is King Ezekiel right by asking Daryl not to be in the friend conversation because they need time to work things out? That's not going to go over well. But a little bit further along the road, they do stop at the sanctuary. So this is happening while they're on the road. They need to get warm. I guess that's the way station they were looking for. So they do stop at the sanctuary, and this is where Carol asked Daryl if something happened on the road between him and Ezekiel. Something happened I need to know about? And Daryl says, oh, shit, ain't nothing. No, he probably doesn't say that, but he probably would. I'm reading through the conversation. So Carol's comment about how she thinks Ezekiel's blaming Daryl. I know. He's blaming you because he can't blame me. And Daryl offers to take Lydia away and keep her safe. And Carol is not having it. Daryl, I see you when I look at you. Sorry, Carol. I'm never going to let Carol hear the end of that. Big news. Big news, everybody. Michonne thanks Negan for saving Judith. They have a little heart-to-heart conversation. They discuss the good and the bad in the world. Hot diggity dog. Negan is going to be redeemed. Michonne was not there to protect her daughter yet again, and Negan did it. So maybe Michonne's going to have to start seeing the light that it's time to go off and look for Rick and take RJ and leave Judith with her new stepdaddy, Negan. And a little bit more on the Lydia tells Carol it's her fault Henry's dead. She says Henry was good, but she's not. She's too weak to kill herself and needs Carol to do it. Carol can't do it. And she tells Lydia she's not weak. You're not weak, Lydia. I see you when I look at you, Lydia. I see you. So Carol's going to get a lot of motivational, uplifting moments. So with everybody except the king. Apparently, Carol is there to support everybody that needs it except King Ezekiel. So I'm sure the reaction video tonight is going to be very passionate, a lot of fun, people on both sides of the argument. We've already heard some of it, right? We've heard, look, they're friends. Their relationship was a bond long before the Carol and Ezekiel were ever a thing. Carol has a right to do whatever she wants to do. We're going to get a little bit of everything, so I'm looking forward to it. We are 18 minutes in, so guess what, everybody? We are certainly... Look at the flowers. Oh, would Carol wouldn't tell Ezekiel to look at the flowers, would she? I just hope they don't set it up for an Ezekiel suicide or an Ezekiel exit in season 10, and Carol goes back to blaming herself for not being there for the king. I would love to have King Ezekiel as part of the future story. It doesn't look good for him right now. But don't you guys kind of feel like if they keep Ezekiel around, it's going to be like Man of La Mancha. He's going to be like, Ezekiel's going to be crazy Don Quixote, and Jerry's going to be like the person that sort of follows him around. Grimes on the radio. Rush the name kills, but I'm sticking with it. Well, I like the name, and I hope at some point the prediction, Grimes on the radio, I think it needs to play out. It just would have been awesome to hear it tonight. But if we hear it and it's Jadis, I think that'll be the second best thing. If we hear it and it's somebody we have no clue who it is, then it's going to bother me a little bit for a couple of months. And that, everybody, is that's what's going on. So look, we're at 20 minutes. Let's keep this spoiler extremely short and sweet. You guys enjoy the rest of your afternoon on official Walking Dead Day. Amazing group, amazing support. I do have a little bit of time to do a few shout-outs. So we'll get some 999s up in the stream while I make a couple announcements. We will be, right now, the plan is to do our countdown video at 8 o'clock. We just like to get together on the day of The Walking Dead. There'll be no spoilers, just a chance for people to jump in there, hang out for a few minutes. And then the big thing is after The Walking Dead, we will be streaming our reaction video. The invitation will go up while The Walking Dead is playing, so feel free to jump in there and chat, talk to people while the show is going on. Don't post anything real time on the Facebook fan page, but certainly when the reaction video is up here, you can jump in and have some conversations. So I do want to thank all the patrons, especially a couple brand new patrons, as I said earlier. We just hit like 91. We're growing. I got a feeling we're going to hit 100 patrons within a week or so as well. So amazing, amazing support. If you guys want to know, what a Patreon is, I've mentioned in several videos. There is a description down below in the link. Patreons are my partners. I do polls, surveys. I talk about original content that we're going to roll out, random things, topics, Freestyle Fridays, a little bit of everything. So thank you so much for the Patreons. We got some long-time support over there. The channel members are starting to grow as well. Channel members are through YouTube. You can see them up there in green, custom emojis. A little less of the behind-the-scenes stuff, but certainly they get the green highlights and also the custom emoji, so that's cool as well. We hit 56 channel members, so another 4. And we're going to show our support for the great Angela Kang for bringing The Walking Dead back in full effect. Last couple of seasons were good, but this season is great. So she is incredible. The moderators, Emmy, Steph, Tommy, Kells, and once again, the Army, each and every one of you. If you guys want to know how to become a member, you're struggling with it, look up Kel Says Smile. She's been walking a lot of people through it. But the easy way to do it is just, instead of logging into YouTube, log into YouTube Gaming. And you can still look up our channel there, and there's a join button. It's pretty easy to do it that way, but there are other workarounds to it as well. So I want to say what's up to Joe Fulford, also Sheila Beasley, Bailey Saxton, Valar, American Pride 7777, New York Bred, Florida Made, one of our brand new members. Thank you for that. Beatrice, one of our brand new members. They were number 55 and number 6. David Henderson, thank you so much. Anna Demo, Steel Mob, Lynn Nesvik, Chip Smith, thank you. Jennifer Flaherty, Hippo in the House, Linda Yabara, Troy Mattingly, Michonne Grimes. We are getting so close. Stephanie Sick. We're almost there. The finale. What a year it's been. Joey the Gator, thank you. Laura Ruan, thank you. Xavier Fishma, thank you. Roxanne Dunlap, Tammy Hill, Gary Page, best season ever, no doubt. Melissa Eaglebarger, thank you. Chris Reinig, Ryan Shalero, good to see you. Mark Trotter, DeMilo Young, absolutely. I agree with that comment 100%. Miranda Lamone, thank you. Angela Caloris, Civilian, Luis Martinez. Another special shout out for all of our international audience that is so patient and watches us at all hours of the night, morning. Appreciate your flexibility, your schedule, because you guys know I'm on Eastern Standard Time. So when people are watching us do reaction videos like 4 in the morning, absolutely love you guys. Thank you so much. Appreciate that. Corey Whittington. Who else we got here? We got Michelle G, Logan 5, Jeremy Pierce. Thank you. Chris Raystad from Norway. Thank you, Chris. I probably mispronounced your name since you're Norwegian, but I did the best I could. Thank you, Chris. Appreciate that. Phyllis, 9654. MDev, thank you. Greg LeBeau, thank you. And just really quick, who's going to be here for the reaction video tonight? Devin Weeda. I just show of hands really quick. Let's get some me's in there. If you guys are going to be here for the reaction, last week almost 10,000 people. It was nuts. So I'm hoping that all of you are going to be here. Grimes on the radio, thank you. Thank you, Anita Nokiar. Appreciate that. That's what I'm talking about. That's the 999 Army I know right there. Pete D is going to be here. Hilda Pineda is going to be here. Christopher Sage is going to be here. All the normal names, all the stars, all the fans, all the super fans, all the people you guys like hanging out with. Julia Muse is going to be here. The people you know and love. Sylvester Shulford is going to be here. Lila's going to be here. Faith Meager's going to be here. Keaton's going to be here. Juan Cardona is going to be here. I mean, who is going to want to miss out on that? And, of course, my mods will be here. I'll be here, too. So hopefully you guys will show up at 8 o'clock and then also at 10:10. I will see you all then. Have a good evening. Peace.